Welcome to part 3 of our series on cruising during the pandemic on the Silversea Silver Muse. In this section, we're going to be visiting Sitka, Alaska, and cruising the Endicott Arm to the face of the Dawes Glacier. After grabbing breakfast in La Terraza and visiting the Panorama Lounge for 2 cappuccinos, we joined our fellow guest on the tender for a short ride to Sitka and to join our tour hiking in the Tongass National Forest. After a quick warning from our guide Caleb on what to do should we see a bear, we didn't. We started our hike.
That Captain Cook was sailing on through. So this is just like our little marker to remind us that Captain Cook was here. And around here, this is actually, he took one of the Sitka spruce, which is what we have here. It's a very straight, very strong tree. It was used in World War II airplanes actually for the wings. That's how strong it was. But the reason why Captain Cook... It's more how he grabbed this guy on either side, popped him open, and then you can look.
Look carefully and you can see thousands of salmon in this shallow riverbed, ready to make their journey upstream for spawning. We once again traveled on a tender back to the Silver Muse. Taking advantage of another beautiful day, we returned to the grill for lunch. A top-shelf hamburger with all the trimmings, and my wife had a 5-grain salad and a nice piece of codfish. And it was here that she discovered what was to become her favorite dessert, the Eton Mango Mess. We enjoyed more spectacular scenery on the Sitka sail away. Returning to the restaurant hub, we decided to try Indochine tonight for a little Asian fusion. We shared appetizers of a beautiful spring roll and sashimi. I had a lamb rogan josh and she had grilled shrimp. Dessert for her was a passion fruit mousse and the best mango and passion fruit infused creme brulee for me. The next day we cruised into the Endicott Arm and to the face of the Dawes Glacier by small boat. After the now obligatory breakfast at La Terrazza and our custom-made cappuccinos, we boarded a small craft that would take us to the face of the Dawes Glacier. The Silver Muse would have to park about 5 miles from the glacier as we approached very close to the face of the glacier on the smaller boat. The closer we approached the glacier, the more ice we saw in the water. On the way, we passed several waterfalls, including Bridal Veil Falls, pictured here. The Silver Muse continued to shadow us as we continued down the 30-mile length of the Endicott Arm Fjord. Catching our first glimpse of the glacier, we were told, watch carefully as it is continually calving and shedding ice into the water. We saw plenty of evidence of that, but I was able to capture only one partial example of the calving experience. The Dawes Glacier itself is about a 20-mile long tidewater glacier at the end of the 30-mile long Endicott Arm Fjord. The glacier extends inland nearly 20 miles, almost to the border of Canada. The Tidewater Glacier is about 1 mile across the face and 600 feet high, and rising to an elevation of almost 2,500 feet as it moves inland. With all that cold wind in the face, we had worked up quite an appetite, so when we made it back to the ship, it was of course time for lunch once more, and again, this time at Spaccanapoli. And since we had been eating a little more than usual, someone insisted we only get one pizza, and that's why I'm looking just a little sad there. Now, if it seems like all we did was eat while on board, well, maybe kind of. Here's a page out of the day's schedule proving that there was more to do than just run from meal to meal. However, that brings us right back to dinner. This time again at a land tide. And this time, just as before, every dish was perfectly prepared. After dinner at a land tide, we moved to Dolce Vita for some piano music with Alina. Thank you for watching once more. Please like and subscribe and check out the other videos in this series.